everyone. Welcome. We are one mountain, many paths, where our mission is what Barbara Marx Hubbard and Dr. Marc Gafni call the planetary awakening in love through a unique self symphony. Together, we declare that the last day of the old face of evolution is honored as the first day of the new face of creation. I am Christina Tehel, the co-executive producer, along with Krista Josefa, and we are so delighted to be here with each and every one of you today. We welcome you to week 239 of our live broadcast. Use the Zoom or Facebook chat functions to say hi, to let us know where you're from, and to resonate the Dharma. On Zoom, check that your chat settings say all panelists and attendees, and not just all panelists. In one mountain, many paths, we are connected, we are whole, and we are expressions of the entire process of creation. We are activating a new humanity, and we are awakening as a new species, Homo, amor, the fulfillment of Homo sapiens. We weave together the knowledge and wisdom from religion, spirituality, and science to articulate a global ethos for a global civilization. Welcome home, everyone. We are strengthening an evolutionary we space in so many beautiful ways. And today we celebrate Xochitl, who recently created a list of all the titles and clips we have generated here in One Mountain, Many Paths. Like our Facebook page at facebook.com/One Mountain, Many Paths to get inspired by the great clips and member activities posting there each week. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at One Mountain, Many Paths, and share our clips with your communities. Right now, we are streaming live on both YouTube and on Facebook. If you are there only watching, you can also register for free to join on Zoom and sign up for our newsletter for exciting gifts. Copy either of the links from this Zoom chat box and share on your favorite social media channels as a way to share with your other community members what you are experiencing here. With that, I give you what to expect today. We always begin with a first principles recap from last week. Afterwards, Dr. Marc Gafni sets our intention, and then David Cicerci resonates the evolutionary love code we are working with. We move into prayer, then evolutionary sermons with Dr. Marc, and today a piece from Barbara Marx Hubbard, and then Krista invites us to commit our outrageous acts of love and to contribute our gifts to this revolution. At the end, we will play Your Love Keeps Lifting Me Higher, and we will bring everyone on to say goodbye. Marc wrote what he called evolutionary love codes. Marc and Barbara studied the codes together, often comparing them to Barbara's own 52 codes for conscious self-evolution. These codes grow out of their radical commitment over 100 collective years, crystallizing the new story of humanity, quote, evolving the course of consciousness and culture, which is the source code of love, unquote. Each communion is a standalone, and every week's communion builds on the week before. One Mountain, Many Paths is so radically committed to telling the new universe story. Now for a recap from last week. In every moment, the intimate universe whispers, You are welcome. We're between dystopia and utopia. We're participating in the evolution of culture and consciousness. We know our reach should exceed our grasp. We are between dystopia and utopia. We literally hear the voices of all the unborn future generations saying, please, please hold us, stand for us, speak for us, stop doing business as usual. If you continue to deplete the earth, which took billions of years to develop, and you don't have a shared language, you will perpetuate a global intimacy disorder. Emerge, participate in the evolution of love. If you remain Homo sapiens, governed by your success stories, regulated by the win-lose metrics, generating complicated systems with exponential growth curves, extraction models, and massive gaps between haves and have-nots, we won't be born. We hear those future voices. We hear the trillions upon trillions of people, of life, of love, of eros, of creativity, of kindness, of goodness, of truth, of beauty in all its trillions of unique forms in the future. We do not give up. We are privileged to hold dimensions of the source code exquisite and necessary to articulate a new story for a shared global ethos. What is the new story? The new story is we live in an intimate, amorous, CosmoErotic universe from the very beginning of time when subatomic particles are drawn together. There is a movement towards wholeness, towards drawing a circle in which there's no one outside of the circle. Love is not just a social construction. The way we, particular in all the generations, uniquely constructed, we are part of the evolution of love. Your love story, my love story, chapter in verse in the universal love story. There's nothing in our love story that's separate or dissociated from the larger text of reality or the source code. And the moral arc of the universe is long, with worlds filled with suffering. We respond to the suffering by realizing it's a failure of intimacy, that we live in an intimate universe. Without the intimate universe, there's no way to talk about suffering. The very fact that we call something suffering and we call it out means that it's a violation of the way things should be. We only scream it's not fair when we are in a universe in which fairness, justice, integrity, and harmony is the very ground of reality. We've got to re-welcome humanity in the whole of the universe. The universe needs our presence. There's a welcome sign hung over our lives. We play the highest game possible with the utter joy of play in the evolution of love. All pathology in the world, all acting out, all crime, all violation comes from the part of us that doesn't feel welcome. We are one world, we are one heart, we are one love, and we are one breath, and we never turn away, and we know that it matters. With that, I turn my word to you, beloved Dr. Marc Gafni.
Thank you so much, Christina Tahel. What a beautiful Dharma recap. And let's just in the chat box, let's just say thank you to Taheli for the beautiful recapitulation. That's moment in the symphony. When we hear it again, it's coming through, it's moved through, right? Thank you, Goddess, right? Who brings it down, right? It's moved through the unique configuration of intimacy that is Christina to Hell. Yes, right? And if we just live those words, if we just hear the call of the unborn that need us to step into this moment and to be alive in this moment and to be awake in this moment and to be fully engaged all the way, no business as usual. Wow, we can do this. We can do this. And friends, this week is such a gorgeous week. And we're going to hear from Barbara Marx Hubbard, who I was talking to yesterday, just saying like, Barbara, like, where are you? Come visit, right? Continuity of consciousness. And it was just a moment of intimacy and talking, right? As Barbara continues her journey. And Barbara, who was in many ways the grandmother of one particular phrase, one particular structure of consciousness, conscious evolution. And so Barbara's going to talk to us today. And Barbara came to be with us, and we were wildly privileged and quite ecstatic to found together One Mountain, Many Paths, which we originally called the Evolutionary Church and then the Church of Evolutionary Love, right back in October of 2016. And I think we're on, I don't know the exact week, but something like 230, right, every week. And Barbara's with us every week. We were ecstatic because this was the place that we could actually go the next step. And one of the phrases that I was privileged to share in the world that Barbara was greatly moved by is that God is not just the infinity of power, God is the infinity of intimacy. And so Barbara's going to talk about those words this week in the context of conscious evolution in this beautiful talk. And in the context of, give me a drum roll, friends, in the context of what else? Mother's Day! Happy Mother's Day! Oh my God. Now, does Mother's Day matter for conscious evolution? Does Mother's Day matter for what we call in CosmoErotic humanism, right? In the new universe story, the universe story in which Homo sapien is fulfilled as Homo amor. It's not a universal love story. It's the universe colon a love story, right? The universe colon a love story, right? There's lots of words we have for that, and we're going to read the code in a second. One word for it is the Amorous Cosmos. Another is the CosmoErotic universe. A third is the universal love story. A fourth is the intimate universe. But these are all ways of speaking to this reality, right? It's not a faith reality, right? It's a knowledge, it's a knowing, it's not a belief. We don't believe. Does everyone get this? We don't believe in the intimate universe. We don't believe in the universal love story. We don't believe in the CosmoErotic universe. We don't believe in the amorous cosmos. We don't believe in anything. We have no belief. We don't have faith in the amorous cosmos. We don't have faith in the intimate universe. We don't have faith in the CosmoErotic universe. We don't have faith in the universe colon a love story. We know the intimate universe. It's a direct knowing. And we know it both with the eye of the heart, right, which is the ability to feel the inner quality of reality, to feel the ontology of love, right, to feel value and meaning, but to feel it in our deepest, most clarified feeling capacity. But we also know it with the eye of the senses. There's an enormous amount of sensory information which tells us that reality is an expression of profound intelligence and profound consciousness, and that intelligence and consciousness inheres in the 100 billion neurons in your brain that are all speaking each other and exchanging dazzling language. We know it because genes themselves literally write new code. And there's no code without design. But we're not talking about a design which nullifies evolution. Design is the inherent structure of evolution, and evolution finds its way. Evolution is the integrity of the incessant creativity of cosmos. So we know the intimate universe with the eye of the heart. We know the intimate universe with the eye of the senses through the Hubble telescope, right? Through fMRIs, right? Through all of the instruments, right? Which expand and amplify the eye of the senses. And we know the intimate universe through the eye of the mind. We know the CosmoErotic universe through the eye of the mind. We know the universe, a love story, through the eye of the mind, right? Right? We know it through the eye of the mind. We know the Amorous Cosmos through the eye of the mind, because the eye of the mind is the structures of mathematics, complexity theory, the mathematics of intimacy, systems upon systems, exteriors and interiors, all intertextured, interlocked with each other to such an extent that I don't exist independently of everything. There is nothing independently of everything. It's all cascading systems embedded within systems, all in constant erotic communication. Everything is not just interconnected, but the interior of interconnectivity is intimacy. Everything is intimately, right, coherently, right, in dazzling display, even as we're free, even as there's agony, even as reality turns to us and says, be my partner. I demand that you love me so madly that you create with me, that you are creative with me, that you evolve consciousness with me, that you participate in the evolution of love with me. And that's Mother's Day. Right? That's Mother's Day. That's our intention. Our intention is to celebrate the mother, right? To celebrate the mother, but the mother's not just my mom, although it's also my mom. I called my mom right before, right, we got into service, right, in Israel. Right, who's now told me about the book she's writing and about the building, which she's now the president of, because she's always involved in just helping anyone around her. And I got to say Happy Mother's Day. So wow, my mom and your mom, in all the complexity of my mom and your mom, right? Like mad love, mom. And wow, what a ride we've had. And it's not easy. So Mother's Day's mom, for sure. But Mother's Day is so much deeper, right? Mother's Day is the mother. We're going to talk today about the mother, because conscious evolution, right? Right, that's the beginning. That's the father. Conscious evolution is the father, right? Evolution is conscious. It has direction. But the second piece is the mother piece, which is that conscious evolution is an expression of the intimate universe. And that evolution is not just by intelligent consciousness at the human level. All of evolution, all the way down and all the way up the evolutionary chain, is moving towards greater intimacy. Right? The mother is outrageous love. The mother is a universal love story, right? Right? Oh my God. Right? That's the mother. Right? The mother is the experience that we're at home in Cosmos. So our intention today, our intention is to change the world. Our intention is the Da Vinci intention in the Renaissance and this time between worlds, to participate together, erotically, ecstatically, humbly, audaciously, trembling before she, stopping and bracketing all business as usual, and literally, right, telling the new story which becomes the shared fabric of intimacy in Cosmos, which addresses the global intimacy disorder. Because in a moment of global intimacy disorder, we can't generate global coherence, and only global coherence can deal with global challenges. So the overriding moral imperative of this time, for the sake of every human being and their personal joy, for the sake of every unique self and their gorgeous fulfillment, for the sake of the unique self symphony, for the sake of the 2 billion people who don't have sanitary water, for the sake of the refugees, for the sake of all the cascading systems of corruption, right, and profit and profiteering, right, that abound even in a world, right, which is ripping itself apart, right, for the sake of the transformation of the whole thing, through a new source code, a new shared story that's so compelling, that's so inspired and infused with the mother, right, that just like we had to pay attention when the Renaissance opened its heart, and just like we had to pay attention to democracy and universal human rights and the rise of the feminine, so we're going to have to pay attention to Homo sapien as Homo sapien fulfills himself, fulfills herself. We fulfill ourself as Homo amor. Oh my God. And happy Mother's Day, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. And let's find each other if we can in the chat box for a moment. Right? Oh my God. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Can we just wish each other, right, just blessings of the mother. Happy Mother's Day, right? Blessings of the mother to each other. Blessings of the mother. Right? Oh my God. Blessings of the mother. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then the mother is amor. Right? The mother is amor. So David, Brother David, resonate the code. And as soon as David finishes resonating the code to Haley, right, Suzette, right, let's go directly into amor. So we're going to resonate the code, right? David's going to blow us away with our code. We're going to go directly into amor. Here we go. Let's take it away. Happy Mother's Day. What a delight to be here. David.
Thank you, Dr. Marc. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. So good to be with you. So I'm finding the experience of intimacy with my mother, and I invite us all to go into an experience of what it's like to have intimacy with our mothers, even if we may have never known them. This is our way to get access to the infinity of intimacy as it expresses through the mother archetype. So as I resonate the code, maybe we can all feel that ourselves. This week's evolutionary love code. Mother is the infinity of intimacy that knows your name. Mother is outrageous love. Mother is the amorous cosmos. Mother is the CosmoErotic universe. Mother is the universe, a love story. Mother is the intimate universe. And mother is your mother. And you are the mother. With that, I turn my word to our amor for this week. Thank you.
Amor. It's insights. Thank you, David.
Amor, 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 amor. Amor, 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 amor. Amor, 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 amor. Amor, 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 amor. Amor, 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 amor. Amor, 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 amor. Amor, 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 amor. Amor, 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 amor. Amor, 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 amor.
Amor. Can you feel that? And let's just feel it together, okay? Amor. Its insights are aligned with love. That's the mother. It's the mother. Let's just feel into the mother. Right? The quality of the mother. In mysticism and all the interior sciences, one of the ways we talked about the mother, is that she holds all of us. There's nothing we can't bring to her. And the reason Leonard Cohen, who works with us here in One Mountain, and he's here with us every week, the reason his song, Hallelujah, has more covers done than any other song, because it actually captures a quality that people were yearning for in a world in which a reductive materialism became the dogma of the intelligentsia, a reductive materialism not validated by science, not validated by the exterior or the interior sciences, but a kind of overwrought rebellion against the earlier versions or the shadow versions of the religions that brought us to a tragic reductive materialism in which we get to an absurdity, in which claims are made in major mainstream pieces of literature that, for example, there's no intrinsic value in Cosmos. And there's no difference between a child in England going to fight in the Crusades, which is a mythic, tragic mythological, ethnocentric story of Christians killing Muslims and Muslims killing Christians. There's no difference between that and a child from England, the same part of England, going off, right, to help Syrian refugees. And actually, in one of the best-selling books by my dear colleague, Yuval Harari, called Homo Deus, he actually says, as a matter of course, not because he's a philosopher, he's not because he's a person who's entered into, right, the source code of Cosmos and accesses the realization of the intimate universe. He's not. Right? He's a very nice man. But he's a historian. He's a popular historian. Right? And he's telling the version that he's imbibed from public culture. Right? His mother's milk at Hebrew University in Jerusalem, at a place I know well. And he says there's no difference. Right? One teenager, another teenager, they're both caught up in the stories of their day. No difference between them. That's to kill the mother. Right? That's to kill. The mother is value. The mother is amor. And of course, Harari's wrong. Right? There's an enormous amount of information that speaks against that. And we're articulating now what we call first principles and first values of Cosmos, and how those values evolve, right? Including the value of love, which is an intrinsic structure of Cosmos, which evolves. And we understand it widens its circle. But love is actually real, right? And it evolves. And there's an evolution from ethnocentric love, right, to world-centric and cosmocentric love. And actually, the evolution of love tells us that universal human rights, right, is better than ethnocentric homophobia. And they're not actually just both stories, right? There's actually an intrinsic unfolding of Cosmos. Evolution is real, and evolution is the evolution of love. Wow. So here we are. We're on Mother's Day, and we're celebrating the mother, which means we're celebrating the mother that holds us, that knows our name, and she holds us in value. She holds us in the eye of the heart that tells us that we can discern the good, the true, and the beautiful. She holds us in the dazzling colors and pleasures that lick our hearts and caress, right, the deepest inner places of our soul. She holds us in the neurons firing, allured to each other, holding the intimate, intricate structure of the body, which is exponentially more dazzling than even the most advanced systems of hardwired computers. They don't even begin, right, to live in the same space. The inherent design of Cosmos, right, that holds us in perfect love. Wow. She holds us in the knowing that this world is not all that it is, that it's not over when it's over, that death is a night between 2 days. She holds us in so many ways, right? And she holds us in our most personal moments. She holds our holy and our broken hallelujah. And we can't be ontological activists. We can't be evolutionary lovers. We can't be the tellers of the new story if we actually think that we're desperate and alone. Friends, sometimes we're desperate, but we're never alone. We're always held. In every place we fall into her hands. And she is not merely the infinity of power, she is the infinity of intimacy, right? The infinity of intimacy that knows our name. So before we turn to prayer, I want to turn now to Barbara Marx Hubbard, right? Beloved Barbara, to talk to us. Are we ready, Suzette? Are we ready, Haley? To talk to us about this infinity of intimacy, right? Mother, right? Who knows our name. And then we'll talk about Mother's Day, and we'll try and open up all the gates in the source code itself for what Mother's Day actually means for us right now in this moment. Barbara Marx Hubbard, right? It's so crazy delightful to welcome you.
I want to, in my sermon, trace the impulse and place it into the present. But if I trace the impulse, first you could go back to the Big Bang, but then you have to go back before the Big Bang. You have to go back to no thing, as Marc puts it, before the Big Bang. And no thing we could call, as Aurobindo did, consciousness. You could call it field, we could call it source, but it's not a thing. And then it becomes the most amazing thing with the Big Bang. which, as they say, if it had been one fraction of a second slower or faster in its energy, no matter and no energy would have formed. So there's something to really remember about precision in the creative process, which seems so amazingly awesome, big and random and filled with mistakes. But that Big Bang, I am told, if it had been a little bit different, we would have had no matter and no life. So from no thing comes sourcing everything, and then comes the incredible impulse starts to reveal itself through the quarks and the electrons and the billions and billions of galaxies and so forth. And I was wanting to see and to discuss and to explore, Marc, here with us, is if my visualization of this has always been a core of universal intelligence going through the inside of the curving spiral. In other words, it's inner, and it shows up in all these spirals, and it shows up in 5 mass extinctions, it shows up in everything. But how does it actually reveal itself inside you and me? It's more than a prayer. It's an impulse. And when I feel, you might say, the infinite potential of God's impulse, as it most precisely reveals itself to you and me, in the most amazing signals that it gives. Because how do you know what to do in life? How do you know which thing to go for? How do you know what course to follow, whom to associate with, where you should live, what it should be? You have a feeling, yes, this feels good, no, this doesn't feel good. But there's something deeper than that, which might be called God's purpose, that seems to reside at the core of every one of these choices. And so if and when we are able to say yes to that inner impulse in the spiral of evolution that is in our own source, it's not so easy to know where the yes is. There's such an infinity of possibilities for that yes. So there's a particular signal. I used to call it the compass of joy. A particular signal when the selection process of saying yes, of selecting that which you affirm inside you as God's impulse, as you, and you are able to say a 100% yes, with nothing left out for that particular yes. Then I've noticed what God does. The internal, this infinity of intimacy that is God. That in order for that intimacy to be felt totally and completely, it requires an infinite yes. And with no holds barred and nothing left out and no matter what and so on.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
And
Give
that
us the word.
Infinity of, so let's everyone think for a minute here of what it is you would say yes to. It's deeper even than what we're praying for. Praying is part of it, but the yes has a very positive affirmation to it. The yes turns you on. The yes makes you excited. The yes makes you the most creative thing that you've ever been in your life. Imagine, everybody, that God responds to the yes. Actually, you see, God put freedom in the system. Consciousness, freedom, and complex order. So God, when we say in this church, not only our personal yes, but let's say our collective yes, to bringing forth the new story and the new possibility and the new yes. For Harari Huva, he says, yes, it will never work. And we're saying, yes, it is working. Not only will it work, it is working. And so I ask that you offer, that I offer, that we offer the biggest possible yes to this church.
Yes.
In our love, in our resources, and in our finances. Let's have a really shared intention for the church. Intention creates in the field of reality. In the infinity of God, intention is what works. When you say yes to it 100%. So I'm saying that. And okay, Marc, I turn my word to you as we say yes to our contribution to Life Source and Church.
Yes. And Crystal will be doing contribution right at the end. And let's just find this here, my friends. Let's turn with our yes, right, to the infinity of intimacy that waits for our yes. Can everyone feel that? The magic of Cosmos is that the infinity of intimacy says, I can't do it without you. That's what it means that the unmanifest became manifest. That's what it means that infinity desired finity. It's why we celebrate finitude, because the infinity of power said, I'm going to step back and cloak my power and hide my power and remove my power from its overwhelming presence to allow you to be. I love you so much. I love you so madly that I'm going to step back and make room for you and reach out my hand so you're going to hold my hand, even when I know that sometimes you're going to choose against me, even if it means I've got to go through thousands and tens of thousands of years of evolution. I want to do this with you. I can't actually manifest this dimension of goodness, truth, and beauty without you. Infinity turns to finitude and says, I love you, I need you. Now, if we could actually just get that for a second, that we turn to the mother and we say, hold us, right? Hold us. Let us know that we're always falling into your hands. We need you. And at the same moment on Mother's Day, the mother turns to us. And in the words of Ibn Gabai, the Italian master in the 16th century, God says, Avodat Sorach Gavoa, I need your service. I need your partnership. And that's actually, friends, not only the great realization of the leading edges of the interior sciences, it's the great realization of evolution, right? That divinity turns to the human being and says, let us together make you in my image. The original text, Nase Adam, let us make the human being. What is let us? Isn't the entire sacred world of text the world of the oneness of reality? Who is divinity turning to when divinity says, let us make the human being? Divinity is turning, say, the interior scientists. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years ago, divinity is turning to all of matter and to all of life and to all the different kinds of plants and animals. Divinity is turning to evolution herself as mother and in saying, let us together make you in my image. Oh my God. She's holding us, friends, in every second, in every second. And when we look at her, our hearts are blown open. It's why in every tradition, the ocean, right, is so often the image of divinity. Because we look at the ocean and we see she, we see the mother. We can't move our gaze. We're transfixed by her beauty. The ocean is always Shekhinah, is always the goddess, is always the mother, is always she. When we see her waves coming in, right, we know not that the ocean is the infinity of intimacy. Obviously, it's not. The ocean is a manifest, limited, structured, scientific form. But in the fragrance of the ocean, right, is she. So the attraction to the ocean, it's why of every faith, of every gender, of every nationality, of every age, we're drawn to the ocean. Because in the ocean, there's a trace, right, of the voice of she. Wow. So let's hear it. Krista, maybe you could bring to us that expression of the waves coming in, and we can feel drawn, invited, held by she that lives every place, incandescent, alive in all of the infinite dazzling detail of our lives. She's holding us in every second. Waves are coming in. Waves are coming in. Krista, Josepha, take us inside. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. The ocean is the mother.
There is so much magnificence in the ocean. Waves are coming in, waves are coming in. There is so much magnificence in the ocean. Waves are coming in, waves are coming in. There is so much magnificence in the ocean. Waves are coming in, waves are coming in. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. There is so much magnificence in the ocean. Waves are coming in, waves are coming in. There is so much magnificence in the ocean. Waves are coming in, waves are coming in. There is so much magnificence in the ocean. Waves are coming in, waves are coming in. There is so much magnificence in the ocean. Waves are coming in, waves are coming in. Hallelujah.
magnificence in the ocean. Waves are coming in. Waves are coming in. Right? Beloved Krista, let me tell you for a moment, if you have a moment, about, thank you so much, about Albert Camus and our sermon on the mother, from which we'll go right to the deepest prayer we've ever done. Albert Camus opens his book, The Stranger. Does anyone remember? And let's open our hearts together. Let's be in the intimate universe. And what does the intimate universe mean? What is intimacy? And we're together, everyone. Let's hold hands. Right? We're in the mother, and she's infusing us, and we're infusing she as we step to tell the new story in this time between worlds, as we actually align with the evolutionary impulse. The mother. Albert Camus opens his novel, The Stranger, and he says, mother died today, or maybe yesterday. I can't be sure. Can everyone feel that? And let's be together in the chat box, right? Mother died today, or maybe yesterday, right? I can't be sure. Let's go so deep, friends. Let's go to the deepest of the deep. Holy brothers, holy sisters. Let's open up all the gates. We said last week, when someone says thank you, we respond, you're welcome. And you're welcome isn't just a nicety. It means you don't owe me. There's not a manipulative debt that's been created because I just did something for you. No, I say thank you and you say, you're welcome. You belong here. The universe is intimate. The universe is friendly. You're home. There's a welcome home sign because welcome always means home. There's a welcome home sign on your personal life. But there can only be a welcome home sign on your personal life in the infinite, glorious uniqueness of reality having a you experience if there's a welcome home sign on the universe. If there's no welcome home sign in the universe, there's no welcome home sign in your life. Now, friends, if there's no mother in the universe, if there's not she in the universe, then your relationship with your mother doesn't matter. Then there's no mother in the personal. Do you understand? Camus lost contact. He was swept up in the structures of rebellion against that which needed to be rebelled against structures of insipid and tepid and often cruel shadow forms of religion. And that needed to be thrown off. But Camus and his generation couldn't go beneath that modern and postmodern rebellion and find in the sciences themselves, interior and exterior, the traces of transcendence, the voice of she. They didn't know how to tell the new story. They didn't know how to articulate a vision of first values and first principles. They were too busy, appropriately so, rebelling against the false constructions of value. And so Camus says, mother died today, or maybe it was yesterday, I'm not sure. Because the mother of reality itself had been slain and not yet resurrected. And in that space between worlds, and in that space between stories, in which reality was left without mother, Camus says, mother died today, or was it yesterday? I can't be sure, and it doesn't matter. And then Camus goes and, has his character Merceau, who commits a murder, trying to find out, like Raskolnikov did in Dostoevsky's Brothers Karamazov, does the murder even matter at all? Because there's no mother. When Ramakrishna, goes to the temple and he says, Mother! Mother! He wasn't talking about his mom. It wasn't a psychoanalytic shout. He was saying, Mother! Right? Can you scream that with me? Mother! That's mother. Right? Mother is, in the great traditions, ocean, the waves are coming in. Right? Mother is the infinity of intimacy that inheres in all the laws of physics and chemistry and all the billions of neurons more in one brain than in the heavenly stars themselves. Mother is the breast. El Shaddai, the God who is the mother, is the God who is the breast. And feel the attraction, the allurement to the breast. The allurement to the breast is not an allurement to a particular biological protrusion that happens to be soft, right? God is Shaddai, the breast, because the breast incarnates the mother. The mother. The word amen, the very word amen itself comes from the original Hebrew, Numbers 11, omein, and omein is the nursing mother. She holds me, writes the sacred text, kasher yisa ha'omein et hayunek, like the nursing mother holds her child. My friends, we're against all faith. We don't have faith here. We're against all belief. It's only about what I know. Knowing is intimate. Knowing is carnal. Knowing is erotic. We don't have faith in she. We trust she. We trust the she that lives in us. We trust our clarified inner voices. We trust our anthro-ontological knowing, anthro, human being, ontology for realsies. I can actually go inside and know the intimate universe. Not because I'm making it up, not because it's a social construction, but because the infinity of intimacy lives in me, as me, and through me. Because I participate in reality. Remember Madaruna in the Santiago theory of cognition, that all learning isn't something which is contrived or constructed. All learning is automatic. We're always learning because we're not apart from reality. We live in a participatory universe. And our spirituality needs to be a participatory spirituality. We know the interior face of the cosmos because she lives in us and we live in she. We live in an intimate universe and the intimate universe lives in us. So we're drawn to the ocean. We're drawn to the breast. We're drawn to the dazzling clarity of an idea that holds a fragrance of goodness, truth, and beauty. We're drawn to each other. We're seduced beyond our loneliness so we can actually look in each other's eyes and find God's name. Right? That's Ramakrishna, right? He goes to the temple and he says to the temple, he says, "Mother!" Right? And without that scream of mother, you've got Camus. Mother died today. Was it yesterday? I'm not sure. You know, when a person's successful in the contemporary success story, which is governed by a win-lose metrics, which itself is the generator function for catastrophic risk and existential risk. When we live in a world in win-lose metrics in which we actually privatize vaccines in a way that the profit motive drives distribution and they don't become public goods available, right, and distributed to everyone. Wow, right? Let's kind of feel that. And let's feel when we actually get stuck in that win-lose metrics, what does a successful businessman do? What does a successful businessman do after, right, he's climbed, right, and succeeded, right? He goes to buy this beautiful house on the beach. And then, right, if he's really desperate, he goes for a trophy wife with beautiful breasts, right? But of course, both of those are not eros, they're pseudo-eros. He wants the house on the ocean because after all of the climbing of the win-lose metrics, he wants to see the ocean. And he wants to come back to the arms of the mother and know that he's enough, and know that he's good, and know that he matters ultimately, and know that he's significant, and know that he's adored and needed and chosen and recognized and intended by Cosmos. Right? And in the breasts of his trophy wife, he seeks some solace, right, from the vapid, desiccated emptiness of Giacometti's sculptures and T.S. Eliot's Hollow Men and the Stuffed Men. Right? Mother died today, says Camus, or was it yesterday? And does it really matter? Balby, Separation and Loss, writes attachment theory, right after World War II. And what does he say? Which defined, right, all of psychology the last 70 years, the most important revelation of Western culture, literally, right, in terms of the interiors of reality, is that the nature of how my mother holds me determines the entire trajectory of my life. Does she hold me? Can I find myself in her eyes? Is she attuned to me, and am I attuned to her? If I'm held in the arms of the mother, right, I can actually act with agency and autonomy and fierceness and tenderness and beauty and goodness and truth. But says Balby, and documented, and Mary Ainsworth came, and then Winnicott came, and then Kohut came, and then Harry Stack Sullivan, and then Fairburn. And they all said the same thing. They all said, wow, study after study, if I'm not held in the arms of the mother, right, I die. Because the mother is my universe. And the mother is, and David, let's see the code. Let's see the code together. The mother is the universal love story. Right, this week's code, let's read it together. Mother is the infinity of intimacy that knows my name. Mother is outrageous love. Mother is the amorous cosmos. Mother is the CosmoErotic universe. Mother is the universe : a love story. Mother is the intimate universe. And Albert Camus, mother is your mother, right? And friends, and you are the mother. You are the mother, right? Wow. So I want to invite a practice, okay? With your permission, I want to invite a practice, a 2-level practice, and we're going to finish, right, with a chant and with prayer. But we're inside now, right? We're holding hands with the mother. Okay, are we together? Right, we're completely holding hands with the mother. We're going to go all the way. Who's ready to go all the way with the mother? Are we ready to go all the way for the sake of the evolution of love, for the sake of she? And friends, can we open our hearts? We've literally lost connection to the mother. We've become alienated from the mother. The mother's gotten in different ways hijacked by fundamentalist versions of traditional religion. And the center of our public discourse has dissociated from the mother, dissociated from value. We've got to actually go so deep into sciences that we move beyond evolution 1.0 into evolution 2.0. My new friend, a wonderful man, right, Perry Marshall, wrote a fantastic book, Evolution 2.0, which is the leading edge of evolutionary thought. And if I had to summarize his book in one sentence, evolution is the movement of the mother from horizontal gene transfer to symbiogenesis, right, to the processes of gene editing that take place within cells themselves, right? And it's on and on, right? Evolution is the mother. She's alive, she's living, right? She's breathing in us, and she needs us. And you're the mother, and I'm the mother. So here's a 2-step practice. Okay, you ready? First, are you willing to be the mother to yourself? Right? Are we willing to be our own mother? Right? So for me, that means, am I willing to take my vitamins every day and to remember to take my vitamins? Right? Am I willing to sleep enough? Right? Right? Am I willing to, right? Are we willing? So are you willing? I want to invite everyone in the next week, this week, be your mother. Hold yourself. Adore yourself. Give yourself a gift. Right? Give yourself a wondrous gift. Right? Of just beauty, of pleasure, of depth, right? Of joy. Pamper yourself. Right? In an act of ecstatic self-adoration. Commit an outrageous act of love on yourself, for yourself, so that actually you experience the mother that lives in you. And friends, stay close here. The core of meditation is not awareness of awareness. Right? I'm awareness, and I'm aware of awareness. As I've said many times, awareness of awareness by itself can be nihilistic and sociopathic. You can do 2 hours of Vipassana a day and be a complete nihilist. And of course, you can do all the classical religions and be a complete nihilist. But the depth of meditation is actually, as I meditate, I experience myself being held by she. When I meditate even more deeply, I experience myself as she holding me. I experience myself as she holding me. And then when I expand, I actually experience myself as she holding the larger we. I literally, in meditation, experience myself as holding the whole world. And sometimes a kind of intuition like that breaks out in a popular song that no one knows why it went where it went. I got the whole world in my hands. I got the whole wide world in my hands. Why'd that become a huge black gospel song? Because it was an intuition that she lives in me. And when she lives in me, I've got the whole world in my hands. Wow. Right? And I'm holding everyone's holy and broken hallelujah, because that's what meditation is. So the first practice I want to offer, practice 1, be the mother and mother yourself, right? For real, right? Who's got a yes? Do we got a yes on that? Do we have a yes on that? I'm going to go to the chat box if I can. Who's got a yes? To mother ourselves, okay? So that's step 1. Step 2, we're going to up-level meditation from awareness to an actual experience in meditation where I feel she holding me, step 1. And then the second level of meditation, where I actually feel she as me. I am she, and I'm holding the entire we. I got the whole wide world in my hands. That's step 2. Now step 3. Now that you're the mother, and now that you're held by the mother, okay? Now commit your outrageous act of love in the world as the mother, because the mother's an outrageous lover. Commit your outrageous act of love. And Krista, if we can put it in the chat box, right, send it to us so we can post it. And Krista's going to explain where we post and how we post outrageous acts of love. But at the very center of this one mountain, many paths, of this evolutionary communion for pioneering souls, is that we are outrageous love. That we live in a world of outrageous pain, and the only response to outrageous pain is outrageous love. And we become outrageous love. We awaken as outrageous lovers. And that's what it means, the mother. So when Ramakrishna went to the temple and he said, "Mother!" Right? He was talking about the mother in whose arms he could fall. He was talking about his arms that were and are the arms of the mother. Wow. The river is flowing, growing and flowing. And Krista, maybe we'll do this together. Then we'll go into prayer. The river is flowing back to the sea. Okay? So I'll just try it, okay? Maybe we can find it in the chat box. And I'm going to do it once. I'm going to pass it to Krista. And I'm going to take us from there into prayer. Then Krista's going to close, if that's okay. Okay, mother. Mother. The river, yate. The river is growing, growing and flowing. The river is flowing back to the sea. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing back to the sea. Say, Mother, carry me. Child, I will always be. Mother, carry me back to the sea. Krista, pick us up. Mother, carry me.
The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing back to the sea. Mother, carry me, your child, I will always be. Mother, carry me back to the sea. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing back to the sea. Mother, carry me, your child, I will always be. Mother, carry me back to the sea. The river is flowing,
Growing and flowing.
flowing and growing. The river is flowing back to the sea. Mother, carry me, your child, I will always be. Mother, carry me back to
the sea. And let's bring that right directly into prayer. Right directly into prayer, friends. Let's go to the chat box. Let's find each other in the chat box. So who's going to start? We just turn to the mother. And remember, it's Ramakrishna. It's Mother, carry me. It's a scream. Mother, carry me. child, I will always, and scream it with me, friends. We scream to the mother, and we know, mother, mother. It's like that, right? So let's feel it, okay? Vashti, I pray I'll feel permanent freedom, right? Permanent freedom from itching and pain in my body and despair, right? Mother, carry me. I pray that we'll all be in, says Rob. No one's left out. Shanti, Shanti, I pray that all mothers can and will carry their children. Shanti, blessings to you, brother. I pray, Timothy, I pray, yes, yes, Jean, right? Mother, carry me. Taheli, I pray for all the trillions of future generations, the unborn that turn to us in prayer and say, stop business as usual and tell the new story and change the source code. Jamie, I pray to all the way in, go all the way in this lifetime. Shati, Mother, I pray for Junpo, that he'll rest in your arms gently, right? Inner peace, right? Joycey, thank you for what you sent me last night. I pray for the return of my mother, right? And the return of the mother in my life, right? Oh my God, Ugas, right? I pray that all the people in the world here feel at home, welcomed and loved. Mother, I pray that my heart opens without fear. Becca, welcome. Suzanne, I pray that every child feels held by the mother, held, carried. Terry, I pray that I hear and respond to the voices of future generations calling me, and I stop business as usual. Enoch, I pray to be the mother for all children. Mother, I pray to rest deeply with you in every part of the day and every part of the month. Jason, right? I pray all the way, Jason, for the highest divine potential. The mother, Veronica, I pray that in this lifetime, Mother, we'll all experience, oh my God, peace on earth that's sustainable and real. I pray for people to find the trust that she holds them. Shahati, Suzette, I pray that I can hold my mother in my arms soon and hold everyone that needs holding. Tom, Mother, I pray that you help me to see your loving arms in all things, all being. Oriana, I pray to be the mother. Raquel, I pray for the miracles of the mother. Oots, I pray that I may feel Mother caring to me. Lady J, I pray to feel you, Mother, always. Kathy, I pray for my mother's health, right? It's the same mother, right? Mother died today. It matters, right? And Mother's becoming alive today. Peter, I pray for Mother and fullness, creativity, nourishment. Razi, Mother, hold my mother in your arms and let her feel how loved she is. Xochitl, right? I pray for ample energy, safety, quick, steady progress. The last stages of Ruth maintenance this afternoon. Amen. Right? And I pray for Mother to hold me and told Mother and all of us. Lynn, my mother, I pray that you know, right, how deeply I've always loved and appreciated your loving kindness. I pray to be your love in the world. Simona Benjamin, Mother, I ask you to hold us and let us know. And you know how to feel that all is well, right? One mountain, many paths, right? She is the mother. The mother's not you and it's not me. And it's we, right? It's one mountain, many paths is the ocean. Right? So Krista, take us inside. Tell us how to be part of this. Tell us how to join, right? Tell us how to feel, right? And how to feel the next step together. Let's feel our way together. And friends, I just want to let you know, we had a little meeting like 2 weeks ago, but we all loved it, but we felt like we didn't quite get there. So on June 13th, we're going to do a special big activist, like, really well-planned, huge meeting of everyone who wants to come to take us to the next level. Krista, right? Christina Amelin, take us inside. Next step. Oh my God, as we close. Go, sister.
Thank you. And thank you all. Let's feel together the blessing of the mother that we are receiving right now here together, and the unique opportunity to be able to be outrageous lovers together, to become the mother together, to become her hands and to become her voice. Like Barbara said it so beautifully, to say yes to the universe, to say yes to the mother, and to commit our outrageous acts of love. This means that we let this river flow through us. We are not only receiving, but we are also willing to give. And this week, I received a beautiful, outrageous love story from Mitzi Jean. She actually has two names, so I had to look it up. Mitzi Jean, she sent me a story that she actually lives in South Africa, and she is taking care of people in a hospice. So she is being an outrageous lover and holding the hands of people dying in South Africa. And I was so moved by this story and so inspired by it, and also so motivated to step into my power even more, to become more of my unique self and give more of my gifts. So reading these outrageous love stories is just amazing and inspiring, but also writing them is an amazing practice, because as you are writing your outrageous love story, you are actually accessing outrageous love over and over and over again. So I want to invite all of us to practice outrageous love together by writing our outrageous love stories and by committing our outrageous acts of love. And for that, we have a special Facebook page, which is easy to find because it's also called Outrageous Acts of Love. So I just want to show you what that looks like. When you go to Facebook and search for Outrageous Acts of Love, someone will also post it in the chat box right now, you will find this Facebook page. And this is where we are all invited to share our stories. And as you can see, James just posted this beautiful story of a barista writing him a little love note, "Have a great day." And just paying our attention to outrageous acts of love is giving us energy and aliveness, because otherwise you wouldn't even notice. But now we are noticing all these little love notes that the universe and that the mother is giving us all the time. So if you want to post something here, you just go to the top of the page, and here you can write your own post. So I can't wait to read more of your stories right here. And if you want to learn a bit more about what this practice, our core practice here at One Mountain, committing outrageous acts of love, is all about, you can go to onemountainmanypaths.org. And here, if you click on Acts of Love, you will find the Outrageous Acts of Love Facebook page where you can read more about it. And of course, the best way to become an outrageous lover is to actually become a member, to join the band of outrageous lovers. And on our membership page, you can read what it means to become a member. And actually, it's just a beautiful way to resource our home. Every Sunday, we have this One Mountain broadcast. We are blessed with the blessing and the love of the mother. And we are also invited to give back. So you can choose to make a one-time donation right here, or make a monthly contribution by stepping in as a member, and you can choose your own contribution. We encourage people to give as much as we can, because all of the funding is going into growing our community and reaching more people and reaching more hearts, and actually also publishing all of the sermons into books. That's now one of our core projects. So all of your contributions will support that. So please give as much as you can. And as a member, you will actually get access to 9 beautiful courses. And one of them is God is Eros. This is recorded at the Outrageous Love Festival. And this is about the 7 tastes of sexing. And Marc actually speaks there also about the mother as mother sexing, which means mothering and opening up to the love and the embrace of the mother. So if you want to learn more about that, normally the price is $297, but as a member, you get access to that course and all of these courses. Now I'm speaking about the Outrageous Love Festival, where all these courses are recorded. This is the place where we meet every year. And I want to give my words to Shahat to tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, I will take us inside, beloveds. The Outrageous Love Festival, if you are ready for a lived experience of what an enlightened society could be. It's from July 31st until August 6th, and it's both a big online gathering and, of course, due to circumstances which we will know soon, in a very charming castle in Belgium. The Outrageous Love Festival is a memory of the future. And we are so very happy to have you with us and join the Outrageous Love Revolution with us. And to give you a taste of that, in 2 weeks after this broadcast at Pentecost, Claire and me will offer you a taste of the practices on how we support you to integrate the Dharma in your body, in your day-to-day life. So those 2 events are completely connected together, as is this One Mountain broadcast. It's all a big part of the Outrageous Love Revolution. So come join us. Krista, back to you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Shahati, thank you.
Sorry,
Krista,
back to you, Marc.
yeah, no, we're perfect. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So here we go, friends. We're going to end here. Here it goes. This is to mother you, to comfort you and get you through when your nights are lonely, through when your dreams are only blue. This is to mother you, this is to be with you, to hold you, and to kiss you too. For when you need me, I will do what your own mother didn't do, which is to mother you. Who's talking? This is Sinead O'Connor. It's the mother. And listen to what she says. All the pain that you have known, all the violence in your soul, all the wrong things you have done, I will take from you when I come. All mistakes made in distress, all your unhappiness, I will take away with my kiss. Yes, I will give you tenderness. For child, I'm so glad I found you. And my arms have always been around you. Let's make this revolution real. If you haven't joined, join. This is your place. It's my place. It's our place. This is where the revolution's got to come from. Don't think someone else is going to do it. There's no room where it's happening. It's literally ours to do. Sinead O'Connor, this is to mother you. Take us inside. Have the most gorgeous week, everyone. And we'll meet right after the song and see each other. Yay. Here we go.
This is to mother you.